May I request everyone to stand for our opening prayer? Kisha, please lead. Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Before you sit down, kindly pick up the pieces of trash under your chairs and please arrange your seats. Thank you. You may now be seated. Is there any absent today, class secretary? Okay, very good. That means no one's going to miss out the fun activities that I prepared for you today. And I also want to remind you that in my class, we have 3 rules. First, you have to be respectful. Listen when someone is speaking, whether it's me or your classmates. Second, be participative. Do not be afraid of sharing your ideas. Don't worry, every participation is acknowledged, okay? And for the last one, always raise your hand every time you want to answer. Are we clear with that? Okay, very good. And if I may ask, how are you feeling today, class? Okay, if you feel happy and energized, please give me a thumbs up. But if you feel a bit sleepy, then you can give me a sideways thumb. Okay, I'm seeing a few sideways thumb, but don't worry, we're about to fix that right now. Once again, I encourage everyone to stand for our quick energizer. Okay, for this one, I only have 4 commands. Okay, for the first one, when I say touch your head, you will touch your toes. When I say touch your toes, you will touch your head. And when I say clap once, you will stomp your feet. And when I say stomp your feet, you will clap once. Do you get it? Okay, let's start. Touch your head. Touch your toes. Clap once. Stomp your feet. Clap once. Okay, everyone, kindly settle down. Now that your minds and bodies are awake, are you now ready to listen? Okay, very good. So, going back, last meeting we discussed about the different courses in a meal, right? Again, what are the different courses in a meal? Yes, Rhea.
Appetizer, soup, salad, main dish, dessert, and dessert.
Okay, very good. And where is dessert usually served in a meal? Yes, Alexis? Okay, very good. So before we proceed to our main discussion, I prepared here a short activity for you, and it's called Riddle Me Sweet. Okay, so all you have to do is choose a partner. Okay, and the one will be reading the riddle and the other one will going to answer. Okay, are we clear with that? Okay, if you want to try, kindly raise your hand. So for the first riddle, any volunteer? We have, yes, Faith, who's your partner? Okay, Rhea. So, who's gonna read? Okay, please come here in front. Okay. Fruits? Are you sure? Let's see if it's correct. Okay, very good. And for the next riddle we have, yes, Alexis and Keisha, please come here in front. Okay.
I agree. Totally. Wish of in the mall. It can be red, green, or bright blue, and I am sweet and cold, but I'm high.
Are you sure? Let's see if it's correct. Gelatin. Okay, very good. Kindly give yourselves a round of applause. Now, based on our motivational activity, do you now have any idea what will be our topic for today? Yes, Kisha.
Classification of dessert.
Okay, very good. So our topic for today is classification of desserts and their characteristics. And for our learning objectives, at the end of the 50 minutes lesson, the grade 9 matatag students are expected to kindly read, everyone. so first we have to define what is dessert. So class, when you hear the word, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Yes, Rhea? Okay, very good. Okay, another? Yes, Faith.
This is the best part of the meal.
Okay, very good. And what is your favorite dessert? Yes, Kisha.
Ice cream.
Okay, another? Yes.
Fruit salad.
Okay, and if I may ask, why is it your favorite dessert?
Because it's delicious, ma'am.
Okay, how about you?
Because fruit salad is creamy.
Okay, very good. So class, when we say dessert, it is a sweet, often rich dish served as the final course of a meal. It's from the French word desservir, meaning to clear the table, as it is served after the table is cleared. Okay, in your own opinion, why do you think dessert is important in a meal? Yes, Alexis?
Pampatanggal ng suya.
Okay, very good. So class, when we say dessert, it is usually the finale of the meal because it wraps up the whole dining experience, and it is also a way of satisfying our sweet cravings by eating something indulgent. Okay, and it is important because it balances the salty and savory taste of the previous meal. And in the culinary world class, we don't just call everything sweet. We have to use specific classification based on ingredients and preparation method. Okay, so for our first classification, we have fruit dessert. Okay, so when we say fruit dessert, these are considered the simplest and healthiest desserts. They have appetizing aroma and a clean wash appearance, typically served slightly chilled to enhance freshness. So class, why do you think fruits are considered the simplest and healthiest dessert? Yes, Rhea?
Because it is naturally sweet and no artificial.
Okay, very good. So, just like what you said, fruit desserts are considered the simplest because they require less preparation and not much ingredients, unlike any other desserts. And they are considered the healthiest because given that they are fruits, they are packed with vitamins, minerals, and fibers. So, can you give me an example of a fruit dessert that are usually served in a restaurant or we usually made at home? Yes, Faith? Okay, very good. Another? Yes, Alexis?
Fruit salad po.
Yes, Kisha?
Strawberry with chocolate.
Okay, very good. So here are the examples of fruit desserts. So we have fruit platter, we have fruit salad, we have fruits with yogurt, and we have strawberry coated in chocolate.
So next we have frozen dessert. When we say frozen dessert, these are any sweet treats made by freezing liquid or semi-solid, typically based on water and fruit or dairy. So when we say frozen dessert, we have two classification. We have churned frozen and still frozen. Familiar with churned frozen?
No.
Or na-try niyo na bang manood ng paggawa ng dirty ice cream? Can anyone share what is the process of making the dirty ice cream? Yes, Micah?
Based on, ano po, dun sa napanood ko, yung paggawa ko ng dirty ice cream, is nakalagay ko yung mixture dun sa canister, tapos yung canister na yun, is inside the metal drum, nakapag-figure ng salt and ice. Tapos yun, habang minimix siya nung, gumagawa ng dirty ice cream, tumitigas na siya, kahit wala siya sa loob.
Yes, that is correct. So, ganun yung paggawa ng churned frozen. Pero ngayon, kasi is usually, may mga machine na tayo para gumawa ng, sa big production ng ice cream. So, next is, we have the still frozen. So, ito naman is frozen without stirring into solid or icy form. Ibig sabihin naman dito is yung mixture niya is pinapatigas na lang siya. So, hindi na siya hinahalo. So do you guys, do you class any idea or example what is still frozen? Yes, Faith? Yes, very good. Another example? Yes, Alexis?
Ice pop po.
Very good. So here's the example of frozen dessert. You have ice cream, sorbet, ice pop, and ice candy. So next we have the custard dessert. So custard dessert, so usually the custard dessert is egg-based mixture. So we have two types of custard dessert. We have baked custard and soft custard. So custard dessert is usually egg-based mixture. So we have two types of custard dessert. Meron tayong baked custard and soft custard. So yung baked custard is firm siya, is enough to hold its shape, and it is smooth, tender texture, and rich flavor. While naman yung soft custard natin is yung pouring consistency, like heavy cream and velvety mouthfeel. So my question is, why do you think baked custard became firm and soft custard became pourable? Why do you think so? Yes, Micah?
Maybe it comes from the amount of sugar and
Yes, absolutely. Very good. So custard dessert, baked and soft custard, the difference is how the egg set from the mixture. So here's the example of custard dessert. So here's the example of custard dessert. Leche flan, creme brulee, creme and glaze, and pastry cream. So next we have puddings. So puddings is a thick with starches like cornstarch or rice. It is attractive appearance and a well-balanced, a blended flavor, firm enough to hold shape yet creamy in consistency. So can you give an example of puddings? Do you have any idea? Yes, yes, Kisha. Very good. Another example. Yes, Alexis.
Bread puddings.
Okay, very good. In Philippines, traditionally, we have sa dessert, so meron tayong mga dessert na pwede siyang mag-fit sa puddings. So we have our kakanis or our rice cake. So example natin is yung maha blanca. So halimbawa, gumawa ka ng maha blanca. Tapos yung texture niya, imbis na naging firm, naging malabnaw siya. Sa tingin nyo, ano yung naging mali or yung naging problema dun sa process ng paggawa ng maha blanca? Yes, Micah?
Ma'am, siguro yung mali doon, naglagay siya ng much liquid. So, kung ako yung siguro ma'am, gagawin ko, mag-aal ako ng starch or thickeners. Pero, like for example, yung cornstarch, i-dissolve ko na siya in cold water. Tapos noon, nilalagay ko siya sa mixture in unloaded ko.
Yes, that is correct. Guys, class, please remember na huwag niyong ilalagay agad sa mixture yung starch nang hindi niyo pa siya hinalagyan ng water. So, means huwag niyo lalagyan siya ng dry kasi possible siyang magkaroon ng lumps. So, here's the example of pudding. So, we have bread pudding and rice pudding.
So next classification we have is the fruit cobblers. Fruit cobblers deep dish desserts that are not fruit pies. It features a thick biscuit-like topping or dough instead of a thin pie crust. Usually, it's 2 to 3 inches deep and can be served hot or cold. Have you seen an apple pie? How does it look like? Yes, Micah?
Yung apple pie ko, yung crust niya nasa ilalim, tapos meron siyang feeling.
Very good, Maika. Now, do you have any idea how pie is different from a cobbler? Yes, Kisha.
Yung pie po, nasa ilalim po yung crust niya, and then po yung cobblers nasa top po yung food.
Okay, very good. So, fruit cobblers share the same ingredients with pie, pero they belong to the different classification kasi nag-iiba sila ng procedure when it comes on the preparation itself and also sa dough na ginagamit. Clear ba tayo doon? Okay, so let me give you or show you the different examples of fruit cobblers. So let me show you some examples of fruit cobblers. We have apple cobblers and blueberry cobblers. So next we have the gelatin desserts. So gelatin desserts are made from animal protein like collagen or plant-based agar. Elastic and firm or the jiggle but easy to melt in the mouth. Ideally transparent and clear unless mixed with dairy. Has anyone from you here experienced making gelatin like coffee jelly, sagot gulaman? Yes, Micah.
Ako po ma'am, nung ginamit ko yung fermented gelatin, yung ginawa ko doon is, binlook ko muna yung gelatin sa cold water, bago ko siya pinus sa hot mixture or hot water, hanggang sa parang nag-thicken na yung, ano, yung itsura niya. Tapos yun, minister ko lang siya, tapos yan lang sa nag-clear ko yung gelatin.
Okay, so powder yung ginamit mo, no? How about yung gumamit ng Mr. Gulaman? Sino nakatry? Yes, Alexis.
Tapos sa pag pinapatuloy ko siya, hinahalo ko siya. Ang mag-mountain yung pagka-malakot yung jelly niya. Then after na nagagak ng sugar and liquids, once na nag-boil siya, and after na nilagay ko siya sa lalagyan, hanggang sa lumoy siya, hanggang sa mag-future.
Okay, thank you, Alexis. So if the both desserts look like jelly, what do you think, bakit importante na kailangan nating malaman yung ingredients bago tayo mag-prepare or mag-proceed sa pagluluto? Anyone? Now, even though both desserts looks like jelly, bakit kaya importanteng malaman natin yung pagkakaiba-iba ng mga ingredients bago tayo magsimulang magluto? Yes, Micah?
In my own opinion po ma'am, kasi,
Okay.
for example yun nga yung si Mr. Gulaman, which is made of agar, while si gelatin from animal collagen. When it comes sa preparation or procedure, magkaiba sila. Like for example, si gelatin, kailangan na i-blow muna siya into cold before mo siya i-blow sa hot. While si gulaman, kailangan i-dissolve muna siya sa room temp bago mo siya i-blow sa cold. Magkaiba yung method nila kasi nga, pag pinagbaliktad mo yung dalawa tayo, pwedeng masira yung mixture.
Okay.
Kailangan malaman natin yung pagkakaiba nila. Kasi for example, sa kitchen, naka-assign ka na gumawa ng gulaman dessert, like mango tapioca, gano'n. Ang gagamitin mo is dessert gulaman. Para ma-achieve mo yung texture na kailangan for that specific dessert. While kung sinabihan mo naman na kailangan mo gumawa ng cathedral jelly, gagamitin mo is gelatin. So
Okay.
yun, so mapadali yung preparation.
Okay, very good. So it comes down to culinary precision. If we're going to treat Mr. Gulaman like gelatin, it won't set kasi dapat kailangan niya munang ma-reach yung boiling point niya. On the other hand, if we're going to like too much boil or pakulaan natin ng sobra-sobra si gelatin, mawawala yung thickening power niya. So basically, kailangan nating i-classify ng maayos before we proceed para we can guarantee na bago tayo magluto or after nating magluto, magiging okay yung kakalabasan. Gets ba? Okay, so let me show you example of gelatin desserts. So here are some examples of gelatin dessert. We have coffee jelly and gelatin itself. So next classification, we have cheese desserts. So cheese desserts are ready-to-serve dessert made from various milks, and it is classified by consistency. First is soft or then ripened. Next is semi-hard or ripened by mold or bacteria. And last is hard or with or without gas holes. So class, if cheese is naturally salty, why do you think it is always served with fruits like apples, grapes, anyone? Yes, Rhea.
Because it balances the sourness of the cheese.
Okay, very good. So basically, we're also using cheese on other desserts or local delicacies we have, lalo na dito sa Pilipinas like the puto, puto bongbong, and other delicacies na pwede pang lagyan ng cheese. So, of course, it is to balance the sweetness and saltiness of the dessert itself. Can you give me some examples of cheese desserts? Yes, Micah?
Tiramisu.
Okay, perfect. Other one? Yes, Alexis?
Cheesecake po, ma'am.
Okay, great. So, another example? Yes, Rhea?
Cheese platter.
Okay, so we have cheese platter, tiramisu, and ano kasi yung isa? Cheesecake, okay. So I do have in here example as well of cheese desserts. So here are some examples of cheese dessert. We have cheese platter and tiramisu.
How do we classify in dessert? Anyone? Yes, Alexis?
Ingredients and final texture.
Okay, very good. Though nagpo-fall siya sa maraming classification ang cheesecake, main ingredients niya is eggs and dairy. So, ang cooking method naman niya is baking and water bath. So, consider pa rin siyang baked custard. Why do we need to classify dessert? Consistency. It ensures the correct culinary techniques like baking versus churning are applied to every dish. For example, leche flan. Yung cooking method niya is steam or water bath. Pero under pa rin siya sa baked custard. Menu balance, it helps create a variety of textures, flavors, and temperatures to properly round out a meal. Safety, different categories have specific storage needs. Refrigerating custard versus keeping pastries dry. Dietary needs, it makes it easier to identify allergens or dietary preference like gluten-free or dairy-free. Now class, what are the classification of dessert? Faith?
So we have fruit desserts, frozen desserts, custard desserts, puddings, fruit cobblers, gelatin desserts, and cheese desserts.
Okay, very good. How are dessert classified? Alexis?
According to ingredients and preparation method.
Okay, very good. Why it is important classifying dessert? Rhea?
For consistency, menu balance, safety, and fragrance.
Okay, very good. Okay, class, always keep in mind the classifying dessert, it's help us to organize and efficient food preparation menu planning.
Okay, class, dyan nagtatapos ang ating discussion for today's session. And now, let's have an activity. Our activity called the Chaos Pantry. The class are divided into 4, and each group has one representative who will pick up the specific dessert. There's maha blanca, fruit salad, coffee jelly, and cookies and cream ice cream. Every group will be given 5 minutes to gather their ingredients to the Chaos Pantry. And kapag tapos na kayong mag-gather lahat ng mga ingredients, kailangan nyo siya i-label sa specific classification niya. Did you get it? And kapag nakita nyo yung signage na to, doon pa lang kayo mag-i-start. Did you get it? For this activity, here's the criteria. Number 1, we have ingredients accuracy, 15 points. Classification, 15 points. Time management, 10 points. Teamwork and strategy, 10 points. We have total of 50 points for this activity. And now, be ready, guys. And how many minutes are given to each group to finish their work? Micah? Very good. And lastly, how many representative each group? Rhea? Very good. Representative, please stand and come in front. Representative, please pick one. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. One, anong nakuha niya? Group 2? Group 3? Group 4? You may now start. Kapag nakuha mo na lahat ng mga ingredients, ilagay mo siya sa tama niyang lalagyan or box or specific mong nakuha na dessert. Tingnan natin kung tama. Ngayon tapos na kayo, meron ako yung bibigay sa inyong papel and then isusulat nyo yung specific classification na napili nyong dessert. Okay, tingnan natin kung tama yung mga ginawa nyo. For coffee jelly under gelatin dessert, correct. Fruit salad under fruit dessert. Very good. Palakpakan nyo yung mga sarili. Ibig sabihin lang niya, nakinig kayo sa discussion. Very good. For our evaluation, we have here multiple choice instruction. Read each statement carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Please get one whole sheet of paper and you may now start answering. Lastly, we have number 10. Are we done? Please pass forward. Class, for your assignment, give 3 examples of local dessert that you usually see or buy in the market. Write their characteristic or classification in your notebook. Do you have any question? Okay, class, if none, that's end our lesson for today. Kisha, please lead us in our closing prayer. Okay, class, see you tomorrow and God bless, class.
Yes, sir.